The Secret Wonders of the Sleepover. Silas sat on the edge of his bed, clutching his stuffed rabbit, Barnaby. Tomorrow was the big night, the sleepover at Grandma Marta's house. Usually, Silas loved visiting her, but staying the whole night felt like a very long time. What if he missed his own pillow? What if the shadows in her hallway looked like grumpy giants? His stomach felt like it was full of jumpy grasshoppers. When Silas arrived at Grandma Marta's house, the air smelled like cinnamon and old books. He stood on the porch, holding his suitcase tight. Grandma Marta opened the door with a swirl of her colorful apron and a giant smile. "I've been waiting for you, Silas," she chirped. Silas took a deep breath. The house looked the same as always, but he still felt a little bit small. "Before the sun goes down, we have work to do," Grandma Marta said, ushering him into the kitchen. They spent the afternoon baking midnight moon cookies. Silas got to press the star-shaped cutter into the dough, and Grandma Marta showed him how to sprinkle silver sugar on top. By the time the cookies were in the oven, Silas had a streak of flour on his forehead, and the jumpy grasshoppers in his stomach had started to settle. As the sun dipped behind the trees, Grandma Marta grabbed 2 flashlights. "Time for the flashlight safari," she whispered. They crawled into a fort made of chairs and fuzzy blankets in the living room. They used their lights to find wild animals in the shadows. A potted plant became a jungle tree, and Silas's stuffed rabbit, Barnaby, became a brave explorer. Silas realized that with a flashlight in his hand, the shadows weren't grumpy giants at all. Finally, it was time for sleep. Grandma Marta tucked Silas into a bed that felt like a giant marshmallow. She pulled out a special book of stories that had belonged to Silas's dad when he was little. As she read about brave knights and talking whales, Silas felt warm and safe. "Grandma?" he whispered. "I think your house has its own kind of magic." Grandma Marta kissed his forehead and replied, "It's only because you're here to find it." The next morning, the sun streamed through the window, and the smell of sizzling pancakes filled the air. Silas sat at the kitchen table, feeling very tall and very brave. He had done it. He had stayed the whole night, and it had been an adventure. As he took a big bite of his pancake, he looked at Grandma Marta and grinned. "Can I come back next weekend?" he asked. "I think Barnaby missed the jungle already."